with me, Travis Eaton. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be launching this podcast. Bro, this has been something that I've always been in my head launching a podcast. A lot of people say, like, oh, I have a great public speaking voice. A lot of people say I just have a great voice and I'm all around just an amazing person in general. And I should start a podcast. So here we are starting a podcast. This first episode, bro, it's just an introduction. Talking about me, myself, what I do as a coach and why I do it in general, because the things that I do are absolutely amazing and I'm an amazing person too. So I'm super excited to be, sharing this space and everything with y'all. And bro, I'm just super excited to like jumpstart this podcast. So this is gonna be a really awesome journey. And thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, fucking obviously shoot it some likes and everything. And bro, like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So a lot of you probably know me, a lot of you probably don't know me. It's all good. So my name's Travis. I was in the military for 7 years. I'm a U.S. Army infantry veteran. I've been to Afghanistan twice. I've been all around the world doing awesome things in the military. I got out of the military to pursue my passion in psychology. I was really interested in how the human mind like works. Not only for my time in military, seeing people under stress, you see a lot, you know a lot for a person when under stress. In the military, there's a lot of stress that goes around, especially in a war zone, especially in Afghanistan and everything too. So I was always really fascinated about like what makes people tick and why people do the things that they do. Why do things like PTSD? Why do things like depression? Why do things like this kind of pop up? And there's just so much that goes into that. And I was also very interested from my own past, my own childhood. My mom and dad, they used to fight a lot. My dad was pretty verbally abusive to my mom. And I grew up, hearing that, being around that kind of conflict energy all the time. And it impacted me as much as anyone could, as a adult. There's a lot of times I used to like wet the bed basically until like I think I was like 11, because I was just so scared internally in my brain. I had a hard time just navigating school and doing a lot of things because, the place I grew up at, there's a lot of conflict. And on top of that too, my dad, he had a lot and still does, and a lot of, trauma and a lot of shit that he just never dealt with, and it does affect him. And I was always so interested in that. I was always so interested in like what the human brain does to our lives and how we operate with it. It's so fascinating to me. It's like the human behavior is always the most amazing thing with me. So I got out of the military back in 2018. I finished my degree in psychology, my bachelor's, and now I was just like, bro, I want more. I want more. This is not enough. This is not enough. A bachelor's is just like, yeah, it's cool, but I want more. And while doing this too, I've been into personal development for the longest time, probably like a whole decade. I've been studying under different mentors when it comes to, building up my social skills, because I had a hard time, figuring out how to interact with women. Like that was always a difficult thing, bro. I was not this extroverted. I was a super shy dude, super shy. I had no idea how to like interact with women. And that really bit me in the ass a couple times too. And it bit me in the ass so hard where I'm just like, okay, I need to figure this out. Like we need to get this working, because it's not working. So it really got me into different things like pickup, personal development, self-love, fucking development, and so much more. Studying many different mentors, read numerous books, went to many different conferences. I was just like a personal development junkie for like 10 years, basically. It definitely helped. It definitely helped throughout my military career, and then it helped too when I got out of the military. And I wanted to learn how to properly coach. One thing I realized being coached by other coaches is that a lot of their students, like they would be up and then go straight down. Or maybe they'll be up and kind of keep going and go across, or maybe they'll just go up and keep going. But 9 times out of 10, it would probably just be like this, really. So I'm wanting to learn, why was that a thing? Was it something with their coaching? Was it something with how they coached in general? And I was really interested. I was really interested in making long-lasting satisfaction for people. Like, how do you do that? And that's a very interesting question. That brought me into IPEC. the Institute of Professional Excellence in Coaching. It's a certified coaching program. They taught me a lot about energy coaching and how our brain takes in a stimulus and our bodies take in a stimulus. They make a thought from that. That thought spikes over feeling. That feeling spikes over to action. And we do this every day, both consciously and subconsciously. And that either spikes up energy that's your anabolic, that's building you up, like, positive emotions and all that, or catabolic, that's kind of tearing you down. Things like being in a victimhood mindset or having a conflict type mindset. It's all there. And they taught me so much about human behavior where I'm just like, homie, wow, this is like a master's degree on a fucking platter. Like I was mind blown. I'm still mind blown by a lot of things I learned from. It's absolutely amazing work. I still, when I got done with that program, COVID-19 hit. And being in the military, you always want to be a service to other people. All my veterans watching this, like, they know that, like, subconsciously, they always want to be a service to other people. So I decided to start my own coaching business. Started True Life Coaching with Travis Eaton right over there. I have coached over 36 people so far, and more coming every day, about numerous topics, because COVID-19 really fucked up a lot of people. COVID-19 literally took your heart out and showed it to you. Literally. And it showed you everything that you should be working on. And we did it as a society. That happened as a society. And bro, it was an interesting space to kind of jump in. I've helped people who lost a parent. I've helped people who got out of the military and didn't know a way in life. I've helped people get over breakups. Breakups can be really fucking traumatizing too. There's a lot of catabolic emotions that go into that. I help people figure out like where they want to go in life. And the overall theme that I help people with was enhancing their leadership style. I'm a strong believer that we're all leaders. You don't need to be in a manager role. You don't need to be in a leader role to be a leader. You are a leader every day. Leadership is nothing but a current of influence. We all influence each other. And that way we all lead each other in some way, shape, or form. Our actions, our inactions, our leadership style, the way we show up every day, and also how we lead ourselves too. That's the most important thing, the most important aspect. We are leaders every day, and you don't need to be in some type of manager role or a leadership position to be a leader. You're a leader right now. And when you're not showing up as a leader, and when your life is just getting thrown in left and right, and you're not grabbing yourself by the neck, be like, no, we're going this way, homie. Like, yes, that sucks, but we're going this way. It really kicks your ass, especially when you live a life that's outside of your values. That's one thing I love help my clients like figure out is like get crystal clear on your values. Crystal clear. Like exactly what they are and what they mean for you. Because we all have different definitions of words every day, basically. We all have different definitions of like even the smallest word, love, abundance. Like we all have different definitions when it comes to that. So it's really important to know like, hey, what are your top 5 values? And how are we living in alignment with your life, with those values right now? And how are we not? Like there, and that gets into so many different topics, especially around finances, which is something I've been really hot on lately too. Yeah, so I've been helping people left and right. And bro, I've been helping a lot of men in particular. And vulnerability is a major thing when it comes to men. And it's a major thing when it comes to myself too. I continue to go on my own process, my own journey too. It's really hard to be open and vulnerable as a man sometimes. It really is. Society doesn't facilitate it. Like we're kind of brought up like either consciously or subconsciously to be like if you're open and vulnerable as a man, you're a pussy, or you're not as strong as you think you are. And that's a load of horse shit. Some of the most powerful, strong people I ever met are vulnerable, are open. And you really constrain yourself too when you're not open and vulnerable. It's like you're there's no growth. There's no growth as a man. Like you're not saying like, oh, I need help, like, or I need to grow in this way. Because everything that you do, like we're all vulnerable, like where you want to admit or not. And vulnerability was such a difficult topic for a lot of my male clients. And it all came down to that. It all came down to like, what are your emotions? Like in the smallest little things like that. And I know for myself too, that was a big turning point too. Oh my God, I had such a hard time being open and vulnerable. I had a hard time like being expressive with my feelings and being expressive with my thoughts. And you know what? I still fucking do. Like it's hard to process, especially with my background in the military. Like in the military, being open and vulnerable equals death, like flat out. Like it does. You're open and vulnerable, bam, dead. You not only are you dead, but everyone around you is dead too, because you're not on your game, really. So that's a really difficult thing to be out of the military and to like express your emotions, express your feelings. So many military like marriages like end because there's no communication, there's no transparency like that. And it's so difficult for my military background to be like, hey, I'm open and vulnerable about my emotions and feelings. It still really is. There's still a lot of times where that military hardwiring kind of kicks up at me and be like, I'm back in Staff Sergeant Eaton mode. But it's not a thing anymore. It's not. It's not. Um, so yeah, bro, these are just numerous topics that I help a lot of men with. And I've helped a lot of women too. I've helped a lot of people in general. I'm big into self-leadership, huge into self-leadership. And then once I started up my coaching business too, I've been coaching for about 3 years now. I've been in numerous different kind of with different clients and doing a lot of different things with it too. Also, while working on myself, I finished my master's degree in psychology very recently. I love psychology that much. I went for my fucking master's degree. I finished with a 4.0, baby. And yeah, I continue to build myself up every day. And I always look for, what's the way forward? What is the way forward? Like, I look to learn new things all the time. And one topic I'm really interested in for this past year is wealth, is money, is how to make your money work for you. Because I've interviewed a lot of my clients and they always talk about money, how it equals freedom. Because it's very true. It's very true. You don't need to like when you have a good amount of savings saved up, or if you have a good amount of fucking cash saved up, you don't need to work at a shit job you don't like. Like you're free to choose and everything because you're able to support yourself. Your money is working for you, becoming like your own enterprise, your own business. Like it's an amazing thing having cash work for you. But there's so much that goes into it. There's so much external knowledge. And there's also a lot of internal knowledge too when it comes to building up your wealth. It comes to building up your finances. It comes to like habits every day. One of my habits every day is investing. I put $2 into crypto every day. And then when the stocks are open up, I put $5 into a stock market every day. It goes into different ETFs every single day. And also any other like expenses I get, every paycheck I get, 10% goes straight to my Roth IRA, no matter what. It's like I call it the Travis Eaton tax. Like it's a tax for my future, basically. That's exactly what it is. And if I can't make my expenses, that tax is still getting taken out, and I'm gonna find different ways to make more money, basically. And you don't need to be intense like that. It's like me, but that's just the way I do things. So that's the amazing thing about finances. Is similar to life coaching. There's many different ways to handle your life, and there's many different ways to handle your finances. And they're so intertwined to your values and your personality. So it's really a topic that I'm really hot on. You're going to hear me talking about it a lot more too. So what this podcast is all about, it's not just me ranting. Don't worry. There's going to be people I'm interviewing on here too. I got a list of wonderful coaches, wonderful mentors, wonderful people coming on here that I'm super excited to talk with. I got people with military backgrounds coming on here because I'm also very, as you can tell with the whole veteran background, I'm very fiery about a lot of things when it comes to the veteran community and some of the things that I can do to help them and some of the things that just there needs to be more awareness of. I got numerous people to interview on here, so I'm super excited about that. But yeah, you will also be hear me talk a lot. I love to talk. I love to fucking just go on a rampage sometimes. And yeah, so I'm super excited about this. Super excited to have this outlet here to continue to grow and help more people as much as I can, but also continue to build up on myself to be my most true and authentic self, because that's what my business is all about, baby. It's about helping people build themselves up, lead themselves so they can be their best, most true, authentic self. It's a hard, difficult process, and trust me, you're not always there all the time, but it's about the process there rather than being there. So regardless, anyways, if you guys want to know more about me, what I do as a coach, and just who I am as a wonderful person, you check out www.shoelifecoaching.life, and you'll find my website there, and plus a lot of cool things too. So hope everyone has a great day, and welcome to 2023, baby. You'll be seeing more with me. I'll see y'all later. Peace.